Hi, good morning students. This is Professor Macha Madam. Welcome to the sixth semester. In this semester, I am engaging the Indian Financial Services for a sixth semester. So, before going to the topics of the Indian Financial Services, you should know the total syllabus of or what all the topics are covered under the Indian Financial Services. So, I am already sent the total syllabus copy to your sixth semester WhatsApp group. So, it may as usual include the total 5 chapters. There are 2 problematic chapters, lease financing and factoring and forfeiting, and another 3 are totally theoretical topics. So today you have to now one by one what are the sub chapters or sub matters are included in the main topics of the 5 chapters. First one, that is a first topic or first unit, that is financial services. So before going to the meaning of the financial services, in the last semester you already studied about the Indian financial market. You know that is a one part of the Indian financial system. So another part of the Indian financial system, that is the Indian financial services. So what do you mean by finance and service and the financial services, and what are the subject matters are covered under the first chapters we should know. In a first unit, it includes the meaning and definition of the financial services, features of the financial services, importance or significance of the financial services, classification or types of financial services, stages in the growth of financial services. Before going to the meaning of the financial services, first we should know about the meaning of finance and services. What do you mean by finance? As in general, finance is nothing but a monetary activities or money. Finance is nothing but, or finance means funds or monetary resources needed by individuals or business houses and the government for the commercial activities. And what do you mean by services? Service is nothing but it is an intangible activity which is always connected to the tangible activities in the nature of financial transaction. Then, now we can know the meaning of financial services. Financial service is nothing but the mobilizing and allocating savings. Thus, it includes all activities involved in the transformation of savings into investment. The main objective of the financial services is to convert the savings of a lot of people into the investment. Here, in a financial service activities, the agent or any institutions may collect the savings from the who have it and transfer or deposit that savings amount in the form of a investment, any profit gaining activities. Return, what we call profit is nothing but a return for our investment. And also in this chapter we can study a number of important matters or topics which is connected to the financial services. Then second one, merchant banking, Vartaka banking anta ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. What are the matters or subjects are covered under the merchant banking? Merchant banking meaning, definition, functions, SEBI regulations, registration, code of conduct, books of accounts, responsibilities and obligations and powers of the merchant banking. In this chapter, we should study about the meaning and definition of the merchant banking and the total regulations of the SEBI, which is control the monetary transaction of the stock market, then registration of the merchant banker under SEBI, code of conduct, and in the what form they have to work in the financial market, what account should be maintained, and what are the responsibilities and obligations and powers of the merchant banking. What do you mean by merchant banking? Merchant banking, nothing but it is a non-financial agency. As name here, it is a non-financial agency.
A, B, C.
What means merchant banking means it is a non-financing agencies or it is an institutions which cover a wide range of activities. Which cover a wide range of activities means the merchant banker does not provide the financial support to the commercial agent or commercial activities. He may provide the advisory services to the commercial activities or commercial banks or commercial agencies or commercial institutions. We may render the any profit gaining activities. Means it is an institutions which cover a wide range of activities such as management of a customer services, portfolio management, credit syndication, acceptance of credit, counseling, insurance, loan syndications, then bought out deals, project management, issue management, advisory services, management services. So these are a maximum role played by the merchant banker in the financial services activities, may converting the savings into investment. So ವರ್ತಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಇದು ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಹಣಕಾಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಮರ್ಚೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ಸಮ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮಿಷನನ್ನು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದೇ ಹೊರತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಂಥ ಹಣದ ರೂಪದ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಹಣದ ರೂಪದ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿವ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು? ಮರ್ಚೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್. Then next one unit, lease financing. Lease financing. Lease financing, and what are the subjects are covered under the lease financing? So meaning, as usual, meaning we should learn, definition we should learn, and types of lease and merits and demerits of a lease financing, evaluation of lease financing, purchase versus leasing, borrowing versus leasing, evaluation from lessor and lessee point of view, and also here we should solve the problems, important problems which are connecting or which are on the basis of the lease financing. Then what do you mean by lease financing? So before going to the meaning of a lease financing, what are the parties are involved in the lease financing we should know. So there are two parties, one is a lessor and another is the lessees. So lessor is the owner of a asset and lessee is the user of a asset. Lease financing is nothing but it is a contract in between a lessor and a lessee for using of a asset on a contract basis or on a rental basis, and both the parties are commencing or both the parties are coming into the contract. In the lease financing, lessor transfer the asset to the lessee on a rental basis for a specified period of time. For a specified period or a specified interval. So this is a lease financing. So in this chapter, the types of leasing are important, and the problems are important. The with recourse, without recourse, these type of a lot of types are covered under the lease financing. ಸೊ ಲೀಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ರೀ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರೇನು ರೀ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಓನರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಸೆಟ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಲೀಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಷಿನರೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಬ್ಬರ ನಡುವೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ತಕ್ಕ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ರೆಂಟಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ನಾನು ಅಸೆಟನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಇಯರ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ವಸ್ತುನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ರೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರ ನಡುವೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಏರ್ಪಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಲೀಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆನ್ ಮೆಚುರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೀಸ್, ಏನೋ ಲೀಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಮುಗಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟರೊಳಗೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಂಟಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಯಾರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತುಂಬ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ದ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಓನರ್ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವನಿಂದ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಅಸೆಟ್ನ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ರೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ನಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ ರೀ. ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸನ್ನ ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಆ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಂದಾಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೋರ್ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ so in this chapter we should, as usual, know the meaning, objectives, importance, types of factoring, process, advantages and disadvantages of factoring, and the factoring versus bill discounting, cost benefit analysis with a practical problem, forfeiting, meaning and portfolio process. Then what is a factoring and a forfeiting? So factoring and a forfeiting both are carried in the same nature, but there is a little bit difference in between the factoring transaction and the forfeiting transactions. Factoring is connected only with the home country commercial transactions. Forfeiting is connected with the foreign country commercial transaction, means where there is export and import activities are carried on the basis of the credit. Here in a factoring, it is also an agreement in between three parties. One is a buyer, another one is seller, and a third person is a factor. So factor playing the main role in the credit transaction of the factoring activity. Here the seller transfer any asset or transfer any or go to the any agreement for selling goods to the buyer, on the credit basis, and buyer comes to an agreement for taking the goods on the basis of the credit transaction. In the contract or in this transaction, the factors play an important role, like he may act as an intermediator in between the seller and the buyer. The factor takes the responsibility on behalf of the due amount from the buyer, and they may give assurance to the seller for the due amount from the buyer. In a factoring, the factor pay the 80% of price of debt to the seller. When they collect the total amount from the buyer of the asset, he may transfer the another 20% of the amount to the seller, and he may take the commission from the seller for rendering this type of services. So this is a form of a factoring. Then what is forfeiting? Forfeiting, as like a factoring, it is also a contract in between three parties, but in this form of activities, the factor collect the import and export related due bills. In detail we have to study in the upcoming classes. ಸೊ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ರೀ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನಡುವೆ ನಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎರಡು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಬೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ರೀತಿಯೊಳಗೆ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ನು ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಮೊರಂಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಏನು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ರೀ, ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಬಾಯರಿಂದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ರೀ, ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಫೋರ್ಫಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ರೀ, ಫೋರ್ಫಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ಗಳನ್ನು, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತಗೋತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳು ಮೇನ್ ರೋಲನ್ನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ. ದೆನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. So in a old syllabus, 5th chapter is a mutual fund, but in a revised form of Indian financial services, the new topic should be added here to this, that is modern services. In a modern services, what are the subject matters covered? That is dematerialization and rematerialization, meaning and objectives, process, merits and demerits, functions of NSDL and a CSDL, National Security Depository Limited, and a Central Securities Depository Limited. Online trading and credit rating, meaning, institution, process and symbols. What do you mean by dematerialization and a rematerialization? Dematerialization. So as the name indicate, dematerialization. Dematerialization means it is in a process of converting the paper type of documents into a computerized form by a depository is called as a dematerialization. Means securities like shares, debentures are converted into electronic data and stored in a computers by a depository is called as a dematerialization. And rematerialization is nothing but it is in a process of converting the electronic holdings or electronic forms back into share certificate in the paper form. This type of process is called as a rematerialization. Meaning and why we have to convert, why we have to go into the dematerialization and rematerialization, and what process we have to convert the dematerialization and rematerialization. For making the dematerialization, we have to open the demat account, and what are the benefits and demerits for converting the dematerialization and rematerialization, and what are the functions of the National Security Depository Limited and the Central Securities Depository Limited, and how we can carry out the online trading, and how to make a credit rating, and what are the institutions or come under the credit rating. This is the last unit of the Indian financial services. So this is the total syllabus of the Indian financial services. Then in next upcoming classes, we should learn in detail the first chapter, that is financial services. Thank you one and all.